to you today about secret shame, trauma, and negative coping mechanisms. Okay? So when we talk about trauma and negative coping mechanisms, we're talking about things that we do to relieve the pain and cope with the feelings of trauma that are negative, that hurt us, that hurt people around us, that are detrimental to our life, and cause harm, basically. It's basically numbing the pain and beating yourself up at the same time. So when we're talking about secret shames, we're talking about things like alcohol, drugs, eating disorders, cutting, shopping, gambling, infidelity, promiscuity. All kinds of things can become secret shames. So why are these so different? Because there's a judgment attached. There is a judgment, a societal judgment attached. And we keep them hidden to avoid the judgment, to avoid anyone knowing how we truly are hurting and how we truly cope. There's a cycle to this as well, okay? The cycle is the pain starts, okay? The pain comes up, the pain's up here. And then we need something to relieve it. It's too much for us. So we have this temptation. And it's like, come on, just this one time. It won't hurt anything. It'll make you feel good. You'll be okay. You know, you hear that calling voice. And so you have immediate and temporary pain relief and a rush. And then all of a sudden you feel the pain and the guilt and the shame and the anguish, and it's 10 times worse than the pain that was up here even. And so here we go again, and we deal with it, and then we get to a point where we can't handle it anymore. Here comes the temptation again. Just do this one more time. It won't hurt. It'll relieve the pain again. And so that cycle becomes what keeps us in the secret shame. This is why people can't stop. This is why people have compulsions. This is why most of us who don't deal with that have a hard time understanding it. If you talk to someone who's what I like to call a normie is people who've not been through trauma or don't have these feelings that we have, they don't understand why you would go to such lengths to cope with pain. But it's the only way that we have learned to cope. And so what do? The first thing we have to do is we have to find somebody safe. We have to find someone safe to share it with. Second thing we have to do is we have to put a spoke in the wheel. There has to be a spoke in the wheel. There's got to be something that stops that cycle. You know, we can think about somebody that's drinking getting a DUI. That can be a spoke in the wheel. Someone who's shopping gets caught by their husband with, you know, tons of credit card bills, and that's their spoke in the wheel. Or they get arrested for shoplifting. That's their spoke in the wheel. Someone who cuts goes to work and someone sees the cuts on their arm. That's their spoke in the wheel. Someone who's being promiscuous gets caught by their spouse cheating. That's a spoke in the wheel. These are all life-changing events that can be spokes in the wheel. But it doesn't have to be. You don't have to have a dramatic spoke in the wheel in order to stop this. You can stop it before it gets to that point. And that's what I want to help you do. That's what I want. I want to be your spoke in the wheel for this. I want you to have a safe place to go where you know you're not going to be judged, where you know you're not going to be beat up, where you know you're not going to be, can't believe you did that. You're not going to get that here, okay? You need to start dealing with it, because the bottom line is until you pull that root of pain that's causing this, it's not going to end. And you're going to be tempted to be pulled in that direction, to keep it hidden. I have kept it hidden for this long. Yeah, well, it only takes one time for it to be unhidden. It only takes one time for that spoke in the wheel to destroy your whole life. And that's what we want to avoid. The trauma has already destroyed your life to some point. Okay, it's already damaged your life tremendously. Don't let the coping mechanism damage it even more. I'll give you an example for myself. I coped with an eating disorder for 25 years. I had osteoporosis. A lot of my teeth have damage. I have all kinds of physical impacts from it because no one in my life put a spoke in the wheel. No one in my life helped me get through that. Okay? And then, you know, you can play whack-a-mole too. Like, the eating disorder went away and then alcohol came up, and alcohol went down, the eating disorder came up, and then the eating disorder went up and shopping came up, and then, you know, and we can play whack-a-mole with these secret shames. We can play whack-a-mole. And what I want to do for you is be your spoke in the wheel. Let me be your spoke in the wheel. Let me help you deal with this. Let me help you start coping with it. We offer 24/7 texting. You'll never be alone. We offer crisis calls. You'll never have a crisis without having somebody to reach out to. And you don't have to do this alone. There will never, ever be judgment. So if you're that housewife sitting at home and using shopping to cope, call me. If you are that young girl using cutting to release the pain, call me. If you are that father who is secretly getting pain medication because you can't cope with the stress and you can't deal with the pain you're feeling, call me. Call me, okay? It doesn't have to be any more secret shame. There is a way out, and you don't have to do it alone. I'm Linda Vitti from Linda Vitti's Life Coaching and Counseling, and if you know someone, if you are the person on the outside looking in and you see someone with secret shame and they don't have the courage or the ability to do the reaching out, intervene, be the spoke in the wheel for them, please. They will thank you. I promise you, they may hate you for a short time, but they will thank you. You will be saving their life. So please, reach out and let's deal with this. And if we need to, I want to start a group for people that are dealing with this because it's prevalent, it's running rampant in our society, and the thing that keeps it going is keeping it hidden. Just like trauma, just like child abuse, just like all the other things that are hidden, let's expose this. Let's get it out in the open. Let's deal with it, okay? Reach out to me today. And if you know somebody that's struggling with this, reach out to me and I'll talk you through how to be their spoke in the wheel, okay? All right, we'll see you next time. I'm Linda Vitti. Take care. God bless.